On this episode of Wisconsin Beer Spotlight, we're taking a look at one of my new favorite beers. This is Blu Bobber Blueberry Ale from Fox River Brewing Company. Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. My name is Jared and this is Wisco style, Wisconsin culture at its finest. So if you like beer, cheese, or just like hanging out with us, you're definitely in the right place. So if you're new, consider subscribing. As I said before, this is Blu Bobber Blueberry Ale from Fox River Brewing Company. Now, I had this for the first time about a year ago and was pleasantly surprised at how good it actually tasted. It's got a decent, balance between the blueberry and actual beer flavor. Let's take a look and see what the can says. I was hypothesized by the deep blue of that what the hell is that word? Scintillating? We'll go with that. Scintillating sapphire. He slid it onto my finger and promised me forever, but who could ever love a creature like me? Only lonely fishermen conspiring to entangle me in their nets. Those clever fools knew how I yearned for that blue, casting their painted devices, disrupting my domain, inviting themselves into the depths of our shared desolate isolation. Annihilation. Not exactly what I was expecting to be on the back of the can. Okay, it says Tale of the Blue, and the blue is spelled like that. And this is from Fox River Brewing Company out of Oshkosh, Wisconsin. So enough mucking around, let's see how this bad boy tastes. Now, as always, you guys have become accustomed to the schedule here. We're gonna take a look at the smell first. It's got kind of a normal light beer smell, but if you really pay attention at the end, you get just a hint of blueberry. The smell isn't too strong, but it's kind of what you would expect from a blueberry ale, and nothing more, nothing less. Now with the color, you can see that it's got this little bit of a darker color, and if you look really close, it's got a little bit of a purple haze or like kind of a bluish tint to it, and that's because of the blueberries. As always, my favorite part, the taste test. It kind of has a similar taste right off the bat to a Weiss beer, but then the aftertaste comes in and you get this really nice kind of soft blueberry taste, and it's really, really good. Now that I think about it, you get a little bit of the blueberries at the beginning, but the longer you let it sit in your mouth, the flavors just kind of mull over in there and it just really hits you in the taste buds. I totally just made that up, and that was awesome. As for drinkability, it's a little on the lighter side, but it's not as light as some beers. So I usually drink these when I'm just hanging around at my parents' house or hanging out with friends. I can have, I don't know, probably 6 of these at the most before I start to get a little bit full. So let's go ahead and take a look at the ratings. For the smell, it's not real strong, but it's kind of what you would expect from a beer like this. You get a little bit of the blueberry at the end, and then it just kind of smells like a regular kind of light beer at the beginning. So for the smell, no surprise, I'm gonna go ahead and give this a 5 out of 10. As for the color, it really represents the Blu Bobber kind of blueberry ale color well, I think. You get that little kind of blue tint in the color, and it's darker, so it kind of, whoa, as I almost spilled it. So it's really what you were expecting from the color, which I think is really important for a beer. So for the color, I'm gonna go ahead and give this a 7 out of 10. As for flavor, now this is one of my new favorite beers, especially in summertime, because it's just kind of refreshing when you want something a little bit different. It is a relatively new flavor that I've encountered for a beer, but there's just something about it. Overall, I think the flavor is something relatively new, and that's what I think makes it interesting. So for the flavor score, I'm gonna go ahead and give this one an 8 out of 10. Now, as far as drinkability is concerned, it's not a heavy beer, but it's not real light either. Like I said before, I could probably have about 6 at a time, which is getting to the point where I'm a little full. So with that being said, I'm gonna give the drinkability score a 6 out of 10. And that brings our total score to a 26 out of 40, so not too bad. It's a nice beer for somebody who wants something a little bit different, but still enjoys that kind of natural beer flavor. As always, thank you for watching this Wisconsin Beer Spotlight on Blu Bobber Blueberry Ale from Fox River Brewing Company. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I'll see you in the next one. Join forces.